To set up to play King of Tokyo Duel, you're going to put the board in the middle with one side facing either player. Each player is going to be choosing a character. They are going to set their starting health to their character's starting health. You're then going to shuffle up the power cards. You're going to deal 3 along the top up here. You're going to put the energy cubes there. You have the extra dice here, the bonus roll tokens there. You're going to have them just kind of spread out. I have them in piles. These are the buzz tokens. You're going to be placing these markers on their designated spots, the fame and the destruction. You are then going to choose who the first player is by everyone rolling the dice, and whoever rolls the most claws is going to be the first player. So Mecha Dragon will be the first player. So then Space Penguin would get 1 energy cube. If no one is playing as king, you can take their 2 buzz tokens and return them to the box. A turn in King of Tokyo Duel is going to be played over 4 phases. The first phase is going to have you rolling the dice. When you roll the dice, you can roll them, then you can choose any you want to keep, and then you are able to do up to 2 more re-rolls for a total of 3 rolls. So when you say, I want to keep these, and then I can roll these again, and then if I don't like what I got there, maybe I'll put these back and keep this, and then I can roll these, or I could have just kept whatever I wanted there. But once you are done rolling 3 times, or once you decide you're happy with the roll and you can just stop, you don't have to roll 3 times, you are then going to move into the next phase, which is resolving dice. The other thing to note is that when a power card or any other effect refers to your roll, it refers to these dice. And once you have finished them or decide to stop, then that is considered your roll. So you can't use a card in the midst of that. It's once you choose that this is your roll. When you resolve your dice, they have various effects based on which face it is. The claw is very simple. For every claw you have, you're going to deal your opponent 1 damage, and they will just move their health marker down as much damage as they take. Hearts are going to allow you to heal. However, you are never able to heal above your starting health, so I would not be able to heal anything with this heart. You have the destruction and the fame icons. So these are going to work the same way. You need to have 3 of them in order for anything to happen. So if I had these 3 destruction icons, I would be able to pull this 1 towards me. I would then be able to pull it 1 more time for each additional symbol. So had that been my roll and it started there, I would pull it 1, 2, and 3. Fame works the same way, except with the fame dice. The lightning bolt is just going to give you an energy cube. You're just going to take an energy cube for each one and put it in your supply. Finally, there are the exclamation points. These are the special powers that activate on your monster. Each monster has a different type of special power. They are in the rulebook. Let me go over them very quickly. So for Mecha Dragon, you are going to treat your claws in your roll as claws times exclamation points. So for instance, if I had these 2 claws and these 3 exclamation points, each one of these is going to be worth 3, so I'd be doing 6 damage. Alternatively, if I had that, then I would still only be doing 3 because they are equal to this, so that would be 3 damage. So that is Mecha Dragon. Space Penguin is for each one of these. You are going to get a bonus die cube. I have not gone over those yet. Just know any player can have at most 2 of them, so you also would only be able to have 2 of those. Gigazor, if you have 2 of them, you are going to be able to pull 1 towards you. Either the destruction or the fame. The Alienoid is when you roll 2. You can add any symbol to your roll, and then if you have the 2 and do that, you can use the 1 more to add it again. The King is going to have 2 of these, and as I showed you, they have their own buzz icon tokens. You're going to put those on the board or move them. Then what happens is if an opponent is pulling the markers and it hits that spot, it has to stop even if it has movement left. And finally, we are to Cyber Kitty. If you have 2, you get 2 energy, and then an additional 2 energy. Then if you have 2 more, you would get 2 more energy, not 2 energy per. You basically reset your counter. So that is what all these special powers are when resolving your roll. After you have resolved all of your icons, you move into the building or the buying power cards or gaining energy. At this point, you can use any energy you've gained to either buy a card or reset the row. In order to buy a card, you're going to look at the cost in the upper left corner, and that is how much it costs. The card in this far right spot costs 1 less energy, so right now 2 cute would cost 2 energy. So if I had 2 energy, I could just spend it. I would take the card, look at the bottom, and do what it says. This one is a discard, and your rival takes 2 damage. But first thing I would do is I'd look up there. This has the buzz icon, so I would find the buzz token that matches that one. In this instance, it's this one. And I would then place it on the board. You are not allowed to place it under a marker. And then if someone was to get this again, they would move this. However, if it's under a marker, they are not able to move it. You are allowed to put these on any spaces, and they all have a variety of powers. Some of them give you those reroll markers, some give you energy, damage. There's these markers, which when placed, adds an extra spot that this has to move through. There is also this one that creates a shortcut, so bink, bink, and right to there. You will be able to place those before you do the action on the card, so if the card would allow you to pull something, you would be able to place that token first and then pull it onto there. But so in this instance, I would have taken this, done this, my opponent would have taken 2 damage. These slide down immediately and refill, so that I would then be able to buy another card if I wanted to, even at that discounted rate. Alternatively, if there's no cards out here that I wanted to buy, I could spend 2 cubes, resetting the row, and then refilling it with 3 new cards. If I choose not to buy a card, or if there's nothing I can afford, instead at the end of my buy phase, I am just going to take an energy. At this point, I would end my turn. Certain power cards activate at the end of the turn. Those resolve now. Then I'd pass the dice to my rival, and they would begin with their turn with the whole roll phase. Going back to that roll phase, what these roll tokens do is you can turn them in to roll the extra dice, again resolving everything as normal, but again you can have at most 2 of these, so at most you'll be able to roll is 8 dice. The game can end in one of 3 ways. You have knocked your opponent down to where you have the skull, in which instance they have perished and you have won. The next way is if you get one of the tokens all the way to your side into this spot. And then the third way is if you can get both icons into your spotlight zone. In that instance, you have now won as well. And that is the basics of King of Tokyo Duel. The cards all have varying powers, and those will tell you exactly what they do, basically pulling stuff, giving you energy, triggering certain things. Same thing with the buzz tokens. Alrighty, so if I could get you to head down below and hit like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell. Let me know what your favorite monster is in King of Tokyo if you have one. Also down there's ways you can help support the channel by joining our Patreon, hitting up our Ko-fi, or even joining this channel to be able to see videos early. If you're looking for this or other games, one place you can possibly find those is Miniature Market. We have an affiliate link down below. If you use that link to purchase games, we do get a portion of that for the channel. Alrighty, so destruction.